Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I just want to say I am very thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at getting you some advice on the person that's currently on your mind. So this is for those of you that have been thinking about a person, a situation with that person, and you guys are looking for clarity on what to do or what you need to hear in regards to this person. So it could be an overall situation with them or them in general. So we're going to be using both Oracle and Tarot in this reading. So there will also be extended readings where we will go more into depth into whatever it seems like Spirit wants to go further into for you guys that are looking for more in-depth guidance. So stay tuned for those topics because they'll be different for each pile. So there are 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Wieser Tarot with this red carnelian heart. For pile number 2, we have the Prism Tarot with this clear quartz heart. And for pile number 3, we have the Art of Adventure Tarot with this selenite heart. So go ahead and take whatever time you need to tune into which pile you're feeling the most drawn to. You can pause the video, and if you're drawn to more than one pile, I'd recommend checking them out. There will be an energy check-in for each of the piles where we're going to be asking Spirit who this person is to you and any context that's relevant. So hopefully you guys should know pretty early on in the reading if this is your reading or who it's about specifically. So I will have the timestamps linked down below. I'll have these decks linked down below, the Oracle decks I use, any information about me if you guys are curious. I will have the extended readings linked in the description box right above the timestamps. And thank you to all of you that have been supporting me with the extended readings. I really do appreciate it. And I like to put whatever I earn in that back in the channel. So thank you so much for that. Other than that, I think that's what I have. I'm excited to get into these piles, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Wieser Tarot and this red carnelian heart, this is going to be your reading where we're going to be getting you some advice in regards to the person that is on your mind. So before we get into it, I want to just get more context on this situation, how you're feeling and thinking about the person on your mind. So Spirit, can you fill me in on this person, who pile number 1 needs the most advice on, what they need to, the person that they're needing the most clarity and help with right now. Can you please tell me the nature of the connection and how pile number 1 feels about this person? Essentially, fill me in on the situation with the person that's on their mind, please, for pile number 1. All right, we have the Ace of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Cups in reverse. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. The 9 of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 7 of Wands. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is kind of like a situation here. So for some of you, I feel like you may be coming into an energy where you guys are more, or you're becoming more aware of maybe the direction you want to go towards in the future and what you want your future to look like. I feel like there could be multiple people on your mind, honestly, in regards to the situation, because we have the 7 of Wands here. And so I feel like you're being put in a situation right now where you're having to defend your like choices, your decisions, your point of view, your values, your perspective. And I'm seeing here with the 3 of Cups in reverse, this could be for some of you like a community or a friend group that you're feeling defensive against, that you may be feeling like they are not really supporting you for your highest good. And I was hearing the song, nah, nah, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. And so there's an energy, maybe you guys are wanting to transition towards a different kind of lifestyle, or you guys may have like, you may want a new way of doing things with the Ace of Wands here. For me, the Ace of Wands can mean a couple of things. Maybe in the past, you guys have been a little bit more influenced by like your friends or like what other people thought of you, or kind of like fitting in a sense. And I feel like that could have even influenced like what you thought you wanted. And so throughout your life, it may have been hard for you to really know what it is you want. Like sometimes we can become out of touch with our own needs. And for me, I can understand that. It's like, and it's not like an energy where I'm saying, oh, like it's superficial, like you just care what other people think about you, you want to be popular. No, it can be like a trauma response, or even from your background. It's like, it could be an energy of feeling like unsafe to kind of tune into your own feelings and needs and setting your own boundaries and things. Like sometimes we can kind of go along to get along because that's what we've taught in order to be safe. And so I feel like for some of you, there's kind of maybe some clarity you're getting, or you may be having a new idea about what you really want your future to look like, or what you want. There's kind of like an awakening of your authentic self. There's an awakening of what really makes you happy, and like what's going to bring you abundance. And I just feel like whatever that is, you may feel like it's at odds with what other people want from you, or you may feel like there's other people who are kind of getting in the way of you and what you want. And for some of you, this could be like a specific relationship with someone. This could be a kind of relationship that you guys want to pursue. It could be a lifestyle you want to pursue. But I'm just seeing here that I just feel like you don't want this kind of there's an energy here of you redefining your values and not wanting to just go with the flow anymore. I feel like because of what you've gone through, I just feel like you don't want to stay stuck, or you don't want to stay in a pattern. Maybe that fits in with a community or something. And I feel like maybe it's like you want to go through some kind of transition. You want to go through some kind of a change. And that's going to take this perseverance. But I feel like you're kind of up to it now, because with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands, this is a very defensive energy, and one where you feel like you can't just go with the flow. Like you have to put in effort to get to where you want to go. And there may just be obstacles to that. So I just want to clarify the Ace of Wands. You clarify this Ace of Wands, and you could have a new idea or a new like hope or something, or like something else that you want to put your focus on. But I just want to clarify, why is the Ace of Wands here? All right, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse with the Hierophant. Yeah, there's definitely something here around community and values, and having to forge against that. But I feel like with the Nine, you guys may want some kind of a new beginning, or you guys may have a new idea, a new inspiration for something, but you may feel like your past is going to hold you back, or like other people won't understand why you want that, or why you don't want something that they think makes sense, or something like that. But I feel like with the Nine of Swords in reverse, this is causing you a significant amount of anxiety, maybe to embrace this new beginning, or to embrace like a new idea that you have. And so I feel like the person on your mind, it's coming through like, I don't know if it's an authority with the Hierophant. I don't know if it's a community, a friend group, a partner, just someone in your life that it feels like a restricting force, though. It feels like someone that doesn't really support your truth, like your truth and what you want in life. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and then we're going to get you some advice. So I've already pulled some oracle cards for your advice. I'm just going to get a sip of my water. Okay. So we have the Magician and the Mirror. And I feel like this is that Ace of Wands coming through. We have Into the Unknown. We have the Miracles Are Endless, Cow Spirit. And then we have Be True to Yourself. Let me see if I want to pull any other. Yeah, I actually do want to pull just one more. 1 second. All right, I just want to get a couple of these. I feel like this is going to be really helpful for what you guys are dealing with right now. But anyways, with this song, Nah Nah Honey I'm Good, I can have another, but I probably should not. And then like that song is kind of this energy of like a person standing very true to what they want, even if maybe there's like, because I'm getting the scene from that song of like maybe a person being out with their friends or something, and like there being like single people around them, and like someone kind of trying to like loop them into doing something that like isn't really in alignment with like their values, their trajectory, and where they want to go. And I feel like that song is coming through because it's like that person is standing true to like what their heart wants. And also a song that's coming through is like Bleeding Love. I keep bleeding. And it says, try to pull me away because they don't know the truth. That I'm in love with you. And so there could be for some of you like a love interest. I don't know if it's a love interest or if it's like an idea even, or like something that your heart really wants, but it's like other people don't understand or are like active blockages to you being able to go towards that. And it feels like, so with Into the Unknown, again, it feels like there's an energy here of spirit encouraging you to manifest, to believe in your power, to believe that you have everything you need already, to take a chance to go towards what your heart wants. And if there's a person in the way, if the person that you're asking about is someone that's in the way of that, or someone that you feel like stressed out about their perspective, Spirit's literally saying you have everything you need and you will be backed by the abundance of the universe as you follow your true path. So I just want to get a couple more. I always get the worst fear that I'm not filming, so just had to check that. Okay. Can we just get a couple more cards of advice for pile number 1 in regards to this advice on this person, the situation? What do they need to hear most right now? Okay, it says, I forgive myself for distrusting others to be able to take care of themselves. I choose to believe that when I delegate tasks and make space for growth, I empower others to experience parts of themselves not previously known to them. Okay, so you guys could be feeling responsible for someone else's well-being. Like you guys could feel like if you go after what you want, then you're disappointing someone else, or you're wrong, or you should be guilty for that. But let me just get one more of these. Can you just get one more card that can really accentuate the message for pile number 1? It says, it's now safe to acknowledge my fear of being perceived as crazy for my unique perception of the world. I choose to remember that my story is an expression of who I am, and when I honor what's true for me in every moment, I give myself permission to align with the experiences that are most helpful and relevant to my authentic being. Be true to yourself and authentic being are coming up here as well. And yeah, and I'm really picking up on that. Acknowledge my fear of being, it's now safe to acknowledge my fear of being perceived as crazy for my unique perspective. And so I do feel like a lot of you maybe have an inspiration or have an idea or have a way you want to go about things that don't align or aren't the norm or don't align necessarily with what other people around you believe. But I feel like the message here is just a reminder that even if like there's an energy here, spirit wanting to tell you that, yeah, maybe they will think you're crazy, but it's still worth honoring who you are and giving yourself permission to live your life and go after experiences that your heart call you to, even if you don't know what's going to happen, even if you don't know if other people are going to think it's crazy or stupid, or you're going to like lose support. The truth is, the people that really love you will want to support you for whatever your truth is. And I've learned that sometimes, because of what I've learned, I've actually learned to cope sometimes by being like trying to please other people, or just being afraid to like, I've been afraid that people wouldn't like me as much if I really stepped into certain things that were like true to me, because it didn't like align with their values or something. I've personally had the experience where people have been much more supportive and open to that than I realized. And then I kind of realized like, wow, I have that idea that it's like my own fear that's stopping me sometimes. That's one possibility, which that happens with some people. Another possibility is that the reaction that they have right off the bat is not the best, but if they do care about you, they'll adjust over time, and that will be their job to adjust as you grow. And then the worst case scenario is that people do think you're crazy, and they want to keep you small, and they want to judge you. They want to stop you from doing anything that isn't convenient for them because they're using you. They're not, that's not true love. That's them. And like, that is them expecting you to be something for their gratification, which is just not a healthy relationship anyways. And so I feel like it's like in those situations, it's always worth it to deal with the aftermath of like standing up to that person, or just picking your own route anyways, peacefully, you know, with peace and love. Like, I am going to do what's right for me, and I hope you can do what's, and not I hope, that's your responsibility to do what's right for you. We only have control of ourselves. We do not have control of other people. And it's not your responsibility to make sure everyone else is comfortable, to make sure that other people like don't fall in some sense. And I feel like with the miracles are endless, especially if some of you are concerned about like someone, I don't know, like I feel like just know you're not responsible for what other people may have to do if you are growing in another direction. And I feel like with the miracles are endless, I feel like Spirit just wants to assure you that the people you love and the people that love you will be taken care of. And it's never been on your shoulders to make sure that you are making everyone else's life easy. And even doing that can sometimes, it can stifle their growth. And it's like such a backwards thing, but sometimes that's the case. So your advice overall is to do whatever it takes to be true to yourself, to believe in your power, and believe that whatever direction your heart is calling you in, even if it's unknown, even if it's out of your comfort zone, to trust that, to let go of your fear, and to recognize maybe how much of that fear is actually related to feeling responsible for other people. So what else? What other guidance do we have? So it's interesting that, so the title of this reading is going to be advice in regards to the person on your mind. And so, what advice do you have when it comes to, I just want to see what is pile number one's person that's on their mind? What's their role in this? What is their role in this energy towards, what's pile number one's perception of this person toward them? What kind of energy? Okay, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. What kind of energy are they dealing with in regards to the situation? Who are they thinking about? What are they thinking about in regards to this person? All right, we have the Eight of Wands. We have Judgment in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And then I also saw like the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This could even be like, for some of, this doesn't have to be everyone, but this, for some of you, this could be like, like a father figure or something, or it doesn't have to be a male, but it could be someone that you feel maybe has certain values, and maybe they support you in some way financially. I don't know. That's just randomly coming through, but it says, yeah, just trusting other people's ability to take care of themselves. So I'm not actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say that for sure, but what is pile number one's person's role in this situation and energy towards them in regards to this? We have the Fool. Yeah, I feel like there's someone who doesn't want you to take some kind of a risk, or I feel like there's someone who's, yeah, and then we have this, yeah, I'm just going to take that here. But yeah, that's definitely an energy. Can we just get one more for this person? Yeah, the Magician. There's someone here, and I'm sure you guys are like, yeah, that's like the person I came to the video for. There's someone who's undermining your confidence in your ability to successfully move forward. There's someone who's trying to block your momentum forward, block your confidence undermine your confidence essentially in going down a new journey that they don't agree with potentially. And it's kind of an energy of, maybe they even are trying to get other people to like be disappointed in you. They might be like, oh, people are going to be disappointed in you. I'm going to be disappointed in you. Like, this isn't the right thing you should be doing. But Spirit's here to say that is absolutely not the truth. This person is misguided. And I feel like you're afraid of this negative judgment from this person. But yeah, we literally have the Magician here. So there's someone here that's blocking you and making you feel less confident and making you like slow down when you're absolutely supposed to be going into the unknown right now. And yeah, this person, this energy just like sucks. Like, I just feel like I would not, there's so much abundance waiting for you with the miracles are abundant. So this person with the King of Pentacles in reverse could be trying to make you have a like scarcity mindset or a fear-based mindset, a mindset of feeling like you won't make it, or things aren't going to go well for you, or you don't have everything you need, or like maybe you need the support of other people. Spirit's saying you do not need the support of other people. You're the Magician right now. You have every reason to move forward, and once you do move forward, you're going to move forward very quickly. So Spirit wants you to know that. And there's just this energy of someone blocking you from closing a chapter, or and starting a new beginning. But it's not, do not listen to this person. If it's a King of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, it could be someone who's like overly controlling, maybe very rigid, someone that is overly materialistic even potentially. That's just a random thing coming through with the King of Pentacles in reverse. But I just feel like Spirit's telling you to not listen to this source of information. And let me just see, like, let me just get specific advice, like, of how to deal with this person. For the extended reading, we're going to be looking at what will happen if you do move forward into like this new beginning or take this new risk, whatever it is for you guys. But I feel like it's a new chapter, a new risk, something different. We're going to be looking at the future of that. Yeah, I want to give you guys a glimpse into that. So that's one thing we'll go into. But let me see. We can also break down, like, if it's helpful for you guys, we can look at this person that you may be afraid of, like, going against or upsetting. We can look at why they're motivated in this way. We can like we can look under the hood of this person to give you guys a better understanding of who this person is and why they're motivated that way, and like how it's their own problem and not yours. I'd definitely be willing to break that down for you guys. But can we just get some finishing tarot guidance to see how you guys recommend handling the situation with this person? What advice do you have? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. Okay, we have to, I'm just going to use my chapstick. Yeah, there's a situation, especially if you guys, like, this would be even more heinous. If this is someone that either it feels like someone tries to make you feel like you need them to survive, or like that you should be the beggar or something, or this person is the beggar and they don't want you to leave because they're afraid that they need you, because with distrusting other people's ability to take care of themselves. There could be someone who's mooching off of you in like a sort of a codependent bond here with the Devil's energy. But Spirit's saying unhook yourself from this BS situation where like I just feel like there's an unequal relationship. Like there could even be like a power differential, someone using like money either someone's using money to try to control you, or someone is mooching off of your money and trying to control you by making you feel like they need you. Which in either case, that's very, you don't deserve, that's a very toxic energy that does not deserve to have a space in your life. What advice do you have for dealing with this situation for pile number 1? This person. Yeah, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I really feel like there's someone that maybe is making you feel guilty, like they need you, or like, because yeah, with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, there's codependency at play here. And I feel like there's a need to recognize that, especially for those of you that feel like some of you could be getting like self-esteem from this person, and maybe they're getting like comfortability or financial support, or like you might just like take care of this person or something. But I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, to me, this is an energy that can be refusing to do their own work and refusing to it's like, don't be either one of these people in the situation. Don't be. Okay, here's the thing. There's multiple situations that could be here. One of them could be that you guys feel like you won't be able to take care of yourselves if you cut away from the situation, in which case Spirit's saying it's not worth staying in this situation out of that fear. It's worth it to become your own 9 of Pentacles. The other situation feels like someone is mooching off of your abundance and making you feel guilty if you don't want that anymore. So, but either case, that's not right. What other advice do we have? And it's like, the advice is to let this person deal on their own, to deal with themselves. Like, you're not responsible for anyone else besides you. Like, that's the advice, and you should tell this person that. We have Strength here. What advice do we have for pile number 1 when it comes to dealing with this person? We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And the 4 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like rejecting this person. The Hermit in reverse. I feel like there's an energy here of needing to just say you're no longer interested in them. Like, with the Ace of Cups, I feel like this situation drains you. And I feel like there's a need to say you need to focus on yourself and your own self-love. And with Strength being here, I feel like Spirit's saying, like, you can do this with compassion. You definitely don't need to be aggressive in order to stand up for yourself and break away from the situation. But I do feel like there's a need to like withdraw from this person emotionally and physically, and to follow your own guidance here with the Hermit in reverse. I feel like you're meant to go on like a solo journey right now. And I feel like there's a need to go like, I'm not interested in what you're offering me. I'm not interested in, like, respectfully, you know, and you're your own person. You're allowed to make that decision. We also have Bring a Gentle Touch here. And so I feel like Spirit's just reminding you that this doesn't have to be harsh. You can do this in such a respectful way. And if you do that, like, and if this person tries to loop you into some kind of like drama or argument, like, then you can just cut away at that point. But I feel like there's a need to just speak up very strongly for cutting off from this person and saying you want to go on your own journey, and you don't, like, you might not know if that's going to be successful or not, but like, that's a risk you're willing to take, and you have every right to live your life the way you want to live your life. Like, this is not up for discussion, like, anymore. Is like, I feel like there's a need to communicate that with this person. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just taking some space. Like, I just emotionally need some time for myself right now is kind of like what I'm feeling. And that is not discompassionate. And I feel like Spirit's also saying it's the strong thing to do. In the end, this is the best thing you can do for you and this person, because it's an enablement in whatever direction this is going with this person right now. And so it takes strength to see that and to not just act on fear, because maybe it'd be easier on the surface to stay stuck in this, but I feel like it's stifling your life source. It's stifling potentially your money, your ability to make money on your own. It depends on you in the situation whether or not you feel obligated to take care of this person or vice versa. Spirit's saying if you feel like you need this person to be financially abundant, that's not true. That is not true. Because there's an energy here of if you were to get your energy back from what this situation is draining from you, you'd have plenty of energy to put towards your work and your money, and building a life that's not depleted. I just feel like this person's either depleting you emotionally or financially or both. And so I feel like Spirit's just saying, and it's stopping you from going after what you really want. It's stopping, and yeah, maybe you guys don't feel like you have the freedom. There's just a message here of feeling like because you're tethered to someone else, you aren't able to have your individuality and you aren't able to go after what you really want. And I feel like if you want to take some kind of a risk, if you want some kind of a new beginning, but this person's like, how could you do that to me? It's like, no, like then I need to be a free person. I need to be a free agent in life right now. So yeah. So for the extended reading, we're going to be looking at your person and where they're really coming from and what you need to know about what this person needs to know. Just so you can not feel as guilty if you guys do feel guilty or afraid. I just feel like it's good to know from this person's perspective, like not from their perspective, from Spirit's perspective of this person in this situation. And then we will be looking at what the future holds. How about what the future holds if you decide to stay with this person versus if you decide to take that break away? So that's what we're going to look at in the extended. So I hope this has been helpful. If it did resonate, a way you can help these readings be more specific to you in the future is through hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing. Also, if you enjoyed the video, that helps the channel anyways. So I hope this helped, and I will see those of you that are joining me in the extended there. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again for listening. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking at getting you some guidance or advice about the person who's currently on your mind. So yes, if you chose the Prism Tarot and the Clear Quartz Heart, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a check-in just to see, just to get a little context on this person from your perspective and to help confirm for you who this person is. So Spirit, please tune me into pile number 2's energy. Before we get into the advice portion, please tell me, give me some idea of this situation with this person. Why is pile number 2 thinking about this person? What do I need to know about this person from pile number 2's perspective? Why is pile number 2 thinking about this person? We have the 4 of Cups. We have the Empress with Receive. We have the 10 of Swords with Endings. All right, we have the Oracle of Gems, which I believe is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. We have Justice, Balance. Then we have the World in reverse, and then 10 of Wands in the reverse position. Okay. I guess sip of water and then we can get into it. Okay, so I feel for some of you, you guys may be in the process of ending a difficult cycle right now. Because with the 10 of Swords and the World in reverse, the 10 of Wands in reverse, there's a sense here that I'm getting this energy of maybe being in this position where you're not sure if you want to be open to maybe new love or new opportunities with people. Like I feel like there's an energy here of being a little bit closed off. Maybe like not wearing your heart on your sleeve, and there's an energy of keeping your emotions to yourself, and that could be because of this difficult cycle that's ended. And so with Justice here, I feel like there's this focus on not repeating past cycles. I feel like but within that, there's a little bit of a guarded energy here of maybe not wanting to put yourself in a position to be vulnerable or open up with this person. And I feel like there's just an energy here with the Ten of Wands as well of like overcoming the worst part of something already and being ready to release like the burden you're carrying or like the heavy responsibility, or maybe I just feel like a lot's been put on you to process and heal. And I feel like just with the Ten of Swords, there just could have been like relationships or situations that really rocked you or have caused you to be a lot more cautious when it comes to what you're open to. And so with the Empress here, though, I feel like there is an energy of you leveling up, an energy of you learning to sit in your divine feminine energy. And when it comes to divine feminine energy, her power is in what she allows in. And so I feel that that's like a lesson you've been learning is like, what do you allow within you? Because whatever you open up to, you will naturally nourish it. So if you open yourself up to like toxic energy or people that don't have your best interests at heart or have like a negative impact on you, that's what you're going to nurture, and you're going to become more burdened and toxic yourself. And so I feel like there's this energy of like having a little bit of a wall up because of not wanting to open up to the wrong energy. But yeah, and so with the World in reverse here, I just feel like the main thing that may be in your way right now when it comes to this person you're thinking about, I'm picking up that there could be a new person. You guys could be thinking about this ending, or someone that was a difficult energy for you. There could be two people you're thinking about, but I feel like something you're still resolving in your heart and mind is this difficult ending, and is this end of a cycle with someone that maybe with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse maybe had you feeling unstable, or had you feeling like unsupported, or like just like not feeling very like abundant and secure. I feel like there's a lack of security, but I feel like because of that, there's kind of an energy of like being hyper practical right now. And what's funny is when I was pulling your oracle cards, like I said something in like the Grinch's tone. I was like spicy, and like he's never said that, but I like that came out because I saw, you'll see in a second when I show you your oracle cards, but one of them is like door to romance. And so I feel like there's an energy here. It's not to say that you're like the Grinch, but there's a sense of almost like isolating yourself. And it's like Cindy Lou Who comes up and tries to get the Grinch out of his like solitude, and like kind of because the bad experiences he had, right? Like, and I'm flashing back, if you guys have, I'm sure you guys have seen the Grinch, but like he just wasn't treated super well in that situation, and he kind of instead like he kind of isolated himself and closed himself off emotionally to others. And it makes sense to me now that with the Ten of Swords came out with the World in reverse, because I feel like you're in this process of reopening your heart and letting go of the past, letting go of what's burdened you and made you feel like you can't trust people, or you have to do everything yourself, or like there isn't enough, like you don't, like almost this energy of I don't care like for self-protection. It's like I'll just do everything myself in a sense, while still kind of carrying this burden of this wound of what's happened, I feel like in the past, or may have happened like recently. But I do feel like an energy that you're working on is this Empress receive energy, and then with like balance here with Justice, so we have Libra energy. And for me, Libra is about relationships. It rules the 7th house. And so it could be this energy of like you learning to open back up to receive, and to like receive love again. And I feel like it's like with Cindy Lou Who coming up and wanting to give to the Grinch, and wanting to like include the Grinch and open his heart again. Like, and I'm really not trying to call you guys the Grinch. It's just like what came through. I'm not getting it in any other way besides just the storyline of him becoming sort of disinterested in opening up to other people. And I don't feel like you've gone as far as like, you know, like I'm not picking up on any of the song The Grinch where it's like saying he's like become like he's let himself go. I'm not seeing that. I'm just seeing that as you're still holding on to maybe the pain of an ending. That could be the person you're thinking about or someone new. Either way, you guys could be thinking about this old person, and that could be blocking you from receiving someone new, because I'm getting in your energy field that there is someone that's meant to come in for you as a new opportunity in love. Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Look at this. We have the Master of Gems. So yeah, we have the King of Pentacles. I feel like you guys have gone through a major, yeah, Two of Cups. Wow. I feel like you guys have gone through a major cycle. You guys are meant to be on the upper hand of this Wheel of Fortune soon, but I do feel that I feel like you've been overburdened by maybe a difficult relationship with someone, like with the King of Cups in reverse. And again, it's like the King of Pentacles. And it's like if you have the King of Pentacles in reverse and you're in the feminine energy, you're going to become Queen of Pentacles in reverse, right? So I'm going to leave this here for now. If that sounds like an energy you're in, then I would say this is probably your pile. But if not, you might want to check out another pile's energy check-in. But I asked Spirit, what advice do you have in regards to the person on pile number 2's mind? And what we got, this is the card that came out first. We have Door to Romance. Just want to make sure I'm putting these in a spot that we can see. We have Co-Create in the reverse position. We have Ghostlands. We have Powerful Personal Growth. And then we have Slow and Steady Wins the Race, Turtle Spirit. Okay, so... oh my god, I'm hearing, ooh, I fall apart down to my core. That was my shorty, I thought. Yeah, so Post Malone. You said it. I feel like you're slightly haunted by a connection right now, and I feel like that experience truly has, it's like being in your divine feminine energy, there's an energy of trust in the universe that grounds that energy and makes you a magnet to receive. But when we lose our trust with co-creating with the universe and trusting in the universe's flow and what it's teaching us, we then we're making things more difficult because it's like then we can get into this energy where we forget that the universe is on our side, and the universe, that we don't have to do everything on our own, and that if something happened that didn't turn out in a way that was supportive to you, or something that hurt you even, which I feel like something happened, that is for your personal growth. And it's not to say that it didn't hurt. It's not to say that it's not to invalidate any of the experience. And it's also not to disregard what you've learned through that. Like how that's helped you grow in discernment, how that's helped you understand your worth better, how that's helped you maybe be more self like independent in a sense. But I feel like Spirit's saying that whatever's happened in the past year doesn't have any substance besides the lessons that you've learned through it. And Spirit's encouraging you to let your heart open up again. Because with this Door to Romance, it's like, and this is what made me think of the Grinch too, is like the heart in the cage. And it's like how his heart grows two sizes. It's like, I feel like your heart is in this process of healing. And I feel like Spirit's saying that with Slow and Steady Wins the Race, there's kind of a message here of saying to understand that you are growing, and no matter how slow or painful or just like feels like you're going backwards. Now I'm hearing feels like I only go, or that was the wrong tune, backwards. I'm hearing like the Arctic Monkeys. It's such a good cover of feels like we only go backwards. And so I just feel like you guys might be feeling discouraged about like your growth and your path and where you're going. And I just feel like Spirit wants to communicate to you in this message that you have a time period of growth ahead of you. And even if it feels like it's slow or it feels like you're still rooted to your past, Spirit's saying that the universe is always on your side. And with this door to romance, I want to go more into this. So for the extended reading, I want to look at what this new love opportunity is, or what Spirit's asking you to open yourself up to. I definitely want to go more into that, but I'm going to get some tarot now to clarify these cards and see any other specific messages. I feel like there's also a message here of like, maybe in this past relationship, you may have gone with the flow more, or you may have kind of allowed yourself not to like be small, but you may have like appeased another person, or kind of like limited your power for a relationship. And I feel like this time period for you is about stepping out of anything that limits your power and limits your understanding of like what you're capable of. And I just feel like there's a message here of like, if you're thinking about a person and like this experience just makes you feel smaller, just makes you feel like down, I feel like Spirit's saying that like you're meant to grow through that, and that wasn't a representation of where you're going and what's possible for you within relationships. I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna pull some more tarot, see what else Spirit wants to say. Anything specific. You know, I might go through and actually just clarify these oracles. So Spirit, can you clarify the co-create oracle? What do you want pile number 2 to know about the co-creation here? Wow. Okay, so we have, this is interesting. So we have Master of Raindrops, King of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is, yeah, especially if you guys are down when it comes, and it's funny because I actually said the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like Spirit is telling you that there's been an emotionally draining situation in regards to love. And if you feel drained, if you feel like you have to push hard on your own and like things aren't going well for you, or like a person, it's like more work than you're getting. And it's like you don't know where you stand. You might feel just like exhausted and just burnt out on trying to make something work with someone. I feel like Spirit's saying, let us bring you the right person. All you need to do is is to use your discernment and trust in the flow of like of co-creation. So it's like following the breadcrumbs. It's like if I'm running into a wall and it's like a situation where it drains me, or someone doesn't have very much love to give, someone isn't very emotionally open with me, you're not meant to take on all that responsibility of like changing this person or making it work with them. I feel like Spirit's saying, let us work with you to bring you the right person. But first you have to listen to what we're telling you. Like you have to trust that, oh, that was different cards, but you have to trust that we wouldn't send you something that wouldn't be fruitful for you. And so if it's not fruitful, it means that you're doing too much work on your own and you're not co-creating. So I want to see, can we clarify the door to romance? We have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so what I'm really seeing here is I feel like your past right now and your memories maybe of this person with the ghost land, I feel like it's blocking you from seeing clearly what opportunities you have around you and how open you are. It's clouding your clear vision. It's clouding your ability to, with new ideas, like to think new. And for me, it's kind of like, it's like an energy of feeling like uninspired or just like nothing's going your way. But it's kind of like that energy of you're not seeing it because your lens is distorted with like this fog of the past. And so I feel like Spirit's saying, as you release and process these emotions, and it's not to say you have to disregard them or like stop thinking about them. It's just to remind you that living in the past, or like sometimes, for example, like we all have natural habits that are just like natural to our soul and like our personality and what we've been through. But I feel like sometimes it does take like discipline to go, you know, I'm only going to let myself think of this for an hour, and then after that I'm gonna focus on something else. Or even if I don't really want to go out, I'm gonna go out because I can't just keep focusing on the past because it's blocking me from making forward progress, essentially. All right, can we clarify this ghost lands? Yeah, 10 of Wands in reverse here. Spirit's saying you're carrying this burden of the past and something that doesn't have fertility and substance right now. And so Spirit's like really asking you to release this to the universe and go, you know, like, I can't carry this anymore. Like I can't, it's slowing me down. Like I can't move forward with the weight of the past and the weight of the memories, the weight of the pain and the responsibility, and maybe even feeling like if I had done this, would it have been different, or like what ifs or things like that. Like I feel like that's Spirit's asking you to release that. Can we clarify the powerful personal growth here? All right, we have the Novice of Clouds, which is the Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Apprentice of Gems, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like Spirit's asking you, it could be a good time to seek out a mentor or seek out like a therapist or someone that can help you right now, because there's an energy here of feeling kind of stuck and blocked from new learning and understanding. And so I feel like Spirit's saying your best way through right now, and even if it isn't in regards to like love or something, it's like I feel like if you can get yourself into an environment where you can learn something new, or like even like self-development, or just like things that are unrelated to like love, I just feel like Spirit's saying that could help you get unstuck. And I feel like there's just an energy here of like feeling like I'm just getting like almost like a depressed, which you don't have to be depressed, but like that's what I would say it as, like where it's like you don't have interest in the things that you used to have interest in, and it's like hard to get excited about things. And I feel like Spirit's saying a lot of your growth is gonna be when you push yourself to do it anyways, and maybe getting help from someone or someone who's been through something similar, and trying to find community and people who can help kind of push you forward. And I'm hearing one step at a time, like slow and steady wins the race. It's like you don't have to be healed by tomorrow. Like you don't have to make, like, it's like any progress is good. And it's like, just even if, like, for example, like this doesn't have to be your situation, but it's like being depressed or something. Like I feel like you can see certain things as a win, where it's like, okay, like in my ideal world, like I would have cleaned my whole apartment, I would have gone to the gym, I would have hung out with my friends or something. But you know, because I'm in this state, like I'm gonna give myself a break. But like what I am gonna do, I'm gonna take a walk today. And like that is progress. And so I feel like Spirit's saying a way you can feel sort of less overwhelmed. The Two of Cups just popped out. I really feel like there's a relationship waiting for you. Yeah. I feel like what you're needing is like a boost of inspiration or passion, like the fire energy. I feel like what Spirit's advice is to let the universe work on bringing you relationships that serve you, but what you can control and what you can focus on is yourself, and making sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you're doing things for you, and honestly taking some of the focus off of this person and just trying to make whatever progress you can. Can we clarify? Slow and steady wins the race. We have High Priestess in reverse. So I'm seeing here, it's like, even if you feel like you don't know where you're going, Spirit's saying that that will clear at some point. But it's like, even if you like feel blocked in your intuition, you feel like you don't really know what to do, or you don't feel like that inner knowing right now, I feel like Spirit's saying like in time you will regain that. But for now, just put one foot in front of the other. And any change is better than none. Any movement forward is better than nothing. Can we get one more to clarify the turtle spirit? We have the Lovers, we have the Magician, and we have the Oracle of Clouds. Yeah. And so I'm really seeing here, I'm not surprised to see the Queen of Swords in reverse with Perceptive, because I feel like what's blocked right now is like your clear sight, a sense of discernment, but I feel like that's what you're meant to be rebuilding. And so like with the with the High Priestess in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, for me, that's a position of feeling very, like, it's a sense of feeling a little bit lost, and discouraged, and like you can't really see things. So with the Lovers and the Magician here, I feel like with the Lovers, there's an energy of finding, I'm really getting here that reaching out to people to support you right now while you feel confused, while you feel like you don't really like you're out of it, could be something that's really helpful for you. So I just feel, and I'm also getting like with the Lovers, is just like making, even if you don't know where you're going, even if you feel confused and kind of lost and discouraged, I feel like Spirit's saying just try to make one loving decision for yourself today. Try to do one thing that comes from a place of love, and the more you make these decisions that come from a place of loving yourself, the more clear things will become. And I just feel like what this is really about is you getting your spark back, you getting your like manifestation power back with the Magician and creation. It's like, I just feel like you guys are feeling discouraged and almost like you're lacking the spark of like anything is possible, or like I know where I'm going. I have everything I need to create what I want to create, and I feel inspired and I feel empowered. And so I feel like Spirit's saying this is what the direction that you're meant to go in. And in order to restore that, though, it's going to take some steps through the dark where you don't know where you're going. And I feel like Spirit just wants to remind you that right now you actually do have everything you need. But it's this process of you realizing that, and this process of you regaining your confidence and your sense of self-trust and self-power is what I'm getting here. But also there's a message here of letting other people support you. If you have people that you trust, I feel like that could go a long way for you right now. And it's almost like an energy where there could be other people who might help be able to ground you. And it's like, maybe like talking to other people to give you perspective, especially like if you guys have been ruminating like on a specific person from like a cycle that's been really difficult for you. I feel like Spirit's saying that someone else's perspective might be able to ground you a little bit, or like even talking to a therapist or just someone who can give you an objective viewpoint can kind of help ground you and help you like untangle some of your thoughts that just feel overwhelming to you about things, and maybe even give you like a little bit of like support and just like give you a little boost is like kind of what I feel like you need. It's just like a little like pep talk, and just like, and just also I just want to say that like the best way to move through things emotionally is very much to accept them and to not make meaning of it. So it's like you could be feeling very exhausted, burdened, disappointed, like sad, about what's happened, and that's all okay. And I just feel like not letting that make you feel impotent, or not letting that make you feel lost. It's like you're not lost. Like, or even when you're lost, that means when you're lost, you're actually the most in flow with the universe, because we never know where we're going actually. And so I feel like changing your mindset a little bit and just going like, I don't know exactly where the destination is, but I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and that's the best I can do. And yeah, I'm sad, but that's okay. And like for me, I just want to like give you an example. Like I just moved in to live alone, and I've never lived alone before, and like I was dealing just like with a lot of like just the transitional sadness, and like for me that spikes my anxiety, because then I start going like, oh my gosh, like how long am I going to feel like this? Like what does this mean? And I feel like I started making meaning from it. And then a part of me just came in and said, this is like, you're going to move through this. Like, this is temporary. This is normal. Like, this is okay that you're feeling this way. This is like how a lot of people feel when they go through a change. And like, you're capable, you're strong enough to get through this. And so your self-talk can be really beneficial to you. And I feel like even like for me, after a week, it's like already gotten so much better, but I feel like it wouldn't have budge very much if I was in this mindset of fear around how I was feeling, or like drawing conclusions about myself from how I was feeling, or like, oh, I can't handle this, I'm not capable of this. Like I feel like my self-talk is the main thing that's been helping me. And so I feel like for you guys, like even if you don't believe it when you're saying it to yourself, like saying what you need to hear, or even asking other people to like, just like leaning on other people sometimes can be really helpful in times like this as well. So anyways, if this has resonated with you and you want the readings to resonate more closely in the future, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing are ways that can happen because it's energy transference. So for the extended reading, I want to look at what is ahead of you in regards to love. I want to look at getting you closure on this situation. I want to look at what the lesson is, what can like help you feel a little bit of closure from the situation. And then we'll dive a little bit more deeply into just like personal advice for you and guidance, and maybe some like motivational like pep talk is what I think could be helpful for you guys. So I'll have that link down below if you guys are interested. So we'll be looking at your future love situation, closure on the situation that may be on your mind, and then like a little bit of a pep talk with guidance. So yeah, I'll have that link down below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that it's been helpful, and I appreciate having you here. I hope to connect with you again soon. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your extended reading. I am really excited to get into this because I just really feel for you guys right now. So I already pulled some oracle cards, and the question I asked pulling these are, let's help give pile number 2 some guidance and closure and some peace or help when it comes to closure on what you're going through. And so a lot of this really confirms what I was picking up on the YouTube, but I feel like it's very precise. And okay, so what we have, I wonder what will happen next, ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. We have mountain, spark in reverse, you miss someone. And I'll read these a little bit later, but Spirit is confirming here. So I think what's difficult right now about this time period is it feels like you're in a time where you don't have something to cling on to for your identity or your sense of safety right now. And not only that, you may have lost something that gave you that sense of, I feel okay, or I feel safe, I feel like I know who I am. And so I feel like there's a little bit of there's a challenge in front of you, and I feel like Spirit wants to acknowledge that for you. But I also feel like Spirit wants to tell you that literally, I actually want to read you these two because they're so spot on to what came through in the YouTube that I just like can't believe it almost. Or it always shocks me when like I'm channeling something and then it's very clearly written. So this message here is meant to help you with the mountain here, help you not feel discouraged, and to help you give you some guidance on how to move forward, even if it feels like there's a huge mountain in front of you, even if it feels like there isn't an easy way through right now, or you don't see the way through. So it says here, sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing or chiseling away at it is the answer, but why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around the mountain naturally. You'll move past these obstacles relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. And so I feel like that was what I was telling you guys is, this might be a time period where you just have to surrender and kind of go into your feminine energy and wait for the next to flow through this, right? And so I feel like if you try to push, or you try to find an answer, or you try to grasp for this sense of certainty and safety, that's going to be the hard way. And so I feel like there's an energy of having to surrender to what you're going through, having to surrender to feeling lost. And I feel like before you know it, as you surrender, like a water, you can flow around the mountain and this experience metaphorically. And so I feel like Spirit's saying, they're acknowledging that you're feeling discouraged, or like it's going to be hard to get to the other side. But I feel like that's where the co-creation comes in here, where it's like, if you surrender and put your trust in receiving Spirit's opportunities and help, I feel like that's going to be the best way to move through this. And so it says, if you do decide to climb, remember to take it one step at a time, opting for the next right action. And so I feel like if you can't see, so like, let's say there's a mountain in front of you, so you can't see past that, you don't know where you're going yet. And so it's really interesting. It says, I wonder what will happen next. And it says, who in the world are you, getting to know the new you? And so I feel like there's this energy of you are discovering yourself. You don't know, and you are not vulnerable, but you are being asked to surrender to finding yourself through this experience and this change, and kind of like going into that feminine energy of like acceptance and just being, and not trying to figure out what to do, because you'll know when it's time. Spirit, the universe will help you with that. And so I feel like if you feel like this pressure, this responsibility, or this like, that's going to cause more suffering in the long run. And so it's time to be adaptable. And even if you can't see ahead, it's like, to each new situation, to each new day, take what comes. And before you know it, I feel that you will be passing through this experience. So this is a very interesting card too, with the spark, because this talks about how like almost like the rumination on the past could be an issue. So it says, the spark in reverse position can indicate you're allowing yourself to be so consumed by a thought, feeling, or situation, you're in danger of becoming completely burnt out. And that's the 10 of Wands in reverse. Compulsion and impulsiveness must be tempered now. Rest by a warm fire, let things die down a bit. So it's like surrender. Then you'll see if the true spark will still be there. If not, you can always light another fire at another time. And so I feel like there's this energy of having to trust that whatever you want to cling on to, or whatever you're afraid of letting go of, and it's painful. And I just want to like give you guys like that support and compassion of, I know it's painful letting something die down that has mattered to you. And it can make you feel empty. It can make you feel drained and even afraid that you won't find that spark again, of like, when am I going to feel like happy again? And now what's coming through is What Was I Made For? Billie Eilish is coming through. But yeah, with this, you miss someone. Also, this card is exactly what I was talking about in this process of grief, of understanding that to transform, and as you move through this like painful experience of acceptance of these feelings of sadness, and like maybe a hole of like something not being in your life anymore, the best thing you can do is acknowledge what that was to you, and go, that it's not a bad thing, and pain is a part of life, and it doesn't mean something's wrong, or there's impending doom. There is no impending doom. Spirit wants you to know. I want to read you just a little bit of this, because it's also really great. It says, it's time to let something go. But before you do, let's take a moment to acknowledge what this was to you. Know that this meant so much, and that by returning to the past rather than yearning for it in the present, you're creating a future that has greater freedom to it. There are opportunities for fresh starts all the time. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to explain, was like with the door to romance, and like I was saying, like the Ace of Swords was in reverse because of the Six of Cups, like the past of memories. And then in the YouTube, we also had the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, feeling like stuck, or feeling like you can't really move forward because there's a lack of curiosity and openness to new opportunities. This is like, this oracle is addressing that. So it says, every day, yeah, and that's what I was getting. Every day you wake up, let that be a new day, like a clean slate. Take it day by day. So it says, every day, in a sense, you get a clean slate. For this sense of starting over is immensely important after you've grieved. You need to feel that something has been laid to rest and will no longer trespass on the present. Life is kind of like that. So much of what happens isn't about what's actually happening, but thankfully you will blossom and grow with fresh relationships and love after the mourning of this lost one. And that's what and we're going to go into it next. I decided to first do closure on the situation. But we're going to go into like, and I feel like there's going to be an energy of like, I'm not even ready for that. And that's okay. But I just want to give you a glimpse into what new opportunities are waiting for you. Not so you have to rush and like, it's not to disregard these feelings. It's just to remind you that there's this cycle of life and death that exists for everyone in life, and nothing is permanent. And it doesn't make it any less painful to know that, though. So it says, sentimentally holding on to the past, idealizing the past, refusing, not allowing yourself to get over a breakup with a friend, a move to a new town, a faded romance, parents who have divorced, or something you are convinced that you must have back in order to be happy again. Mourning for what was, what you feel should have been, right? And so I was getting that energy where I said in the YouTube reading where it's like, catching yourself if you're going like, what if things were different, or like still wanting to make the past fit into the present instead of looking to the future. It says very deep sadness, and yet this experience has been of great value. Yeah, it's of great value, and that's what I was saying on YouTube, is that it 2:22 on the clock right now. It's like kind of accepting that through this experience you are growing and you're meeting new parts of yourself that you couldn't have met without going through this process. So it says, it's time to move on and to place all that to rest. Working with the element of earth is most beneficial when this card and fairy comes to visit you. You may wish to plant a memory tree, something earthy and growing that changes to commemorate your lost love. As it grows and changes, you will heal, and memories will be sweet and sad without bitterness and pain. And that's what I was getting to, is like grounding yourself and just taking the next action in the physical, like taking a walk outside, or just doing things even if your emotions aren't with it, even if you're not passionate, but just kind of grounding yourself and going, okay, today I'm going to do this. And yes, there's still these feelings of sadness, but I trust that I'm growing, and I trust that it's going to get easier. It says, the earth takes form and changes them and gives back to us what we let go of in new forms. It's time for you to stop hanging on so sadly to that which has long passed. Mourn and then come back to us, ready to live again. And I'm getting the chills because I don't know, it's just giving me the chills, and I just feel for you, and I just want you to know that the more you accept yourself through this process and go, this isn't the end, like what's on the other side of this is you're not letting, it's rebirth. It's not death, it's rebirth. It's rebirth through death. And so these are a couple of cards that I feel like could address certain blockages or fears that are maybe making you feel like you can't do this. So the first one, it says, I forgive myself for feeling as though I need others to be for me what I first must be for myself. I choose to believe I'm fully capable of providing myself with all that I need, as long as I clarify my desires and commit to be guided there as life sees fit. And so I feel like, again, this is interesting because I said in the reading, and I feel like we might even be going through a similar process, pile number 2, because I relate to a good amount of this energy. And I feel like for me, like I'm going through this process of like living alone and learning to accept that and not grasp for the next, to not grasp for the past, or to feel like impulsively finding, like replacing the past. Instead, I'm trusting, and like, remember how I said an affirmation I tell to myself is, you're capable of this. Like you can do this. Like you can grow through this. Like you can handle this. And I feel like what you're going to gain through realizing that you are strong enough to move through this experience, and you're going to realize you didn't need what you thought you needed to be happy. And that's going to free you. And that's going to make you more strong in yourself. And that builds a stronger foundation for your next relationship, for your next situation, whatever's going to replace this hole. And so it also says it's now safe. And this is so crazy that these are coming through because, I mean, I literally gave the example of like living alone. So it's kind of interesting. So it says it's now safe to acknowledge my fear of abandonment and the experience of being alone. And it may bring up some abandonment wounds. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to realize, to work through some of that. And although it's painful, you aren't going to abandon yourself. Once you realize you have yourself, it's so strong, because if we operate from an abandonment wound, then we are prone to codependency. We're prone to abandoning like maybe certain like desires and values and living our life exactly the way we want, because we're too afraid of losing something that maybe, like, we feel like we need something in order to fully succeed in ourselves. And it's like realizing that this is an opportunity for you to realize that you're so much more powerful and capable than you realize. And So it says, I choose to remember that when I give myself permission to validate my fear of standing alone, I may then choose to prioritize myself and create myself, and create myself a loyal companion through which I may have all my needs met. And there's something so powerful about learning to be there for yourself, because then you can never truly feel that fear again, because you realize you have your back and you're not going to be alone forever. There's also a message of like, this isn't so you then are alone forever. It's that this is going to build such a stronger foundation for future connections, and you're going to move differently after you move through this, and it's going to be so worth it. And it's just like realizing though, and I love how it says, I give myself permission to validate my fears. And I feel like that's exactly what I've been going through too. So it's interesting because it's like, and that's the main thing that's helped me is to go, I know I'm feeling this way, but I talk to myself and I go, I know I'm gaining through this, even though it's painful, even though it feels slow. And for me, it's feeling slow because it's like, I just want the quick result of feeling what like. It's almost like when we have a hole inside of us of like an abandonment wound, it's like kind of an addiction to just feel like you want that instant gratification of feeling, like of being with someone or having something. And I feel like I have to have some self-discipline. And I don't want to make this about me, but I just feel like this could be helpful because I'm going through this in a sense. And so it's like, I have to actively tell myself, okay, every time I'm feeling this urge to maybe like reach out to someone from the past or to go backwards to situations that really weren't allowing me to be my best self, I have to go like imagine like every day that I move through this, every day I get stronger. Every day I get more self-reliant. Every day like I improve, and it's really empowering, and I hope that you guys are able to embrace that journey as well. And it's okay. I miss my dog. I don't need to get into this but I feel like this is really close to my heart and like what I'm experiencing as well. So yeah, but that's enough about me. So now I'm going to pull some oracle cards for what is ahead, what's waiting for you, what spirit will tell you about that. I feel like spirit isn't going to go, because they don't want you to get attached to an idea. They want you to be open in your feminine energy to flow through this and to realize you have everything you need and that you're worthy and that it'll come to you as you need it. The universe will not abandon you and leave you without, is just a message as well. So I'm going to pull some cards and I will be back in no time for you. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Art of Adventure Tarot and this Selenite heart, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at getting you some advice in regards to the person that is on your mind. So whoever's been most heavily on your mind, this reading is really meant to give you the clarity that you're seeking and to just give you more broader advice and guidance on like why you're thinking about this person or what you should do in this situation or what you need to know. So we're going to start off with an energy check-in where we're going to be seeing who this person is to you. I want to get some context for the connection. So Spirit, please tune me in to pile number 3's. Who's the person that they're thinking about and why is this person on their mind? Please give me some context as to who this person is to pile number 3. Why is this person on pile number 3's mind? A song that started coming through when I was about to start filming was One Way or Another by Blondie. And I am going to do oracle cards today. I haven't been doing them for the past few readings, but I definitely missed them. So we're going to start with tarot, and then I've already pulled some oracle cards for you that's going to have some advice for you, but we'll get into that after the tarot. So, all right, let's get started. Pile number 3, who is this person to pile number 3 and why are they thinking about them? All right, the Knight of Pentacles. Why is pile number 3 thinking about this person? All right, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords in the reverse position. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to put it underneath the Three of Swords. Why is pile number 3 thinking about this person? Can you give me the context of this situation? All right, the Ten of Wands in reverse. I'm laughing at like this Queen of Swords face at this like Knight of Pentacles here. There's kind of an energy like just coming through from that picture of maybe this person being like a little bit oblivious to the situation. Like I feel like you're kind of like annoyed potentially by this person, or just like, what the heck? Like there's an energy here of just looking at this person like Earth to pile number 3's person almost. And it's funny that they're in Earth. It's coming out as the Knight of Pentacles. All right. One more card, please, for this person. Why pile number 3 is thinking about them as well. Clarifying. All right, we have the Two of Swords here. I'm hearing like make a decision. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I feel like you may be getting, this could be a person where you may just be feeling frustrated with a lack of clarity from them, or not knowing. It may be getting exhausting, maybe waiting on this person, or maybe you're feeling like this person isn't moving quickly enough, or they aren't making their intentions clear. They may not be making their feelings clear. It's not coming through like a player kind of an energy. It's more coming through like it's just a little bit frustrating, and it doesn't seem like you feel really clear on what's gonna happen in the connection or how this is gonna move forward. And I feel like you're just getting kind of discouraged. I'm getting that in the past, it either could be about this person, or there could be a past person, or just like a pattern that you guys have experienced with the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Swords here, of people like not being super trustworthy, not maybe following through on their word, people just like not kind of disappointing you, or just not really. Yeah, just like with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, for me, is just always this energy of someone that lacks reliability, like someone that isn't reliable, someone that you can't really depend on for creating a future. And I feel like there's an energy here of like, are you gonna be this Knight of Pentacles? Are you someone I can at least rely on? But meanwhile, you're sitting as a queen here. So it's kind of like you're sitting in this queen energy, where I feel like, to me, that tells me that you guys have already learned lessons at this point. Like I feel like you guys have an idea of what you would want and what you don't tolerate in relationships. And I feel like this has come through difficult experiences with the Nine of Wands. But it being in reverse here, I feel like, to me, it's this energy of losing patience with this person, and maybe them not taking responsibility, or you may be just tired of taking on the responsibility for relationships. And by that, I mean like, ways that we can take responsibility in relationships is by like reaching out to the person, making plans, like being mindful and intentional with that person, and having a clear idea of what you're building, essentially, like with the Knight of Pentacles. And so I feel that you've already dealt with some immature energies that haven't been reliable, and you may be figuring out whether or not this person is like following that pattern, or maybe this is someone from your, like someone that you already feel is this way. And I feel like you're just feeling confused right now. Like I feel like you want to make a decision, or I feel like you might feel stuck in like this loop or this pattern, and just maybe you're feeling frustrated by the lack of clarity you're getting, and there could just be this energy of like, why am I facing this kind of energy where it's like, I don't know where I stand, or I don't know where it's headed. I feel like it's foggy. It's not clear. Yeah, there's just kind of an energy here of like, the person on your mind is someone that you're just like maybe trying to figure out, like if they're reliable, figure out like what their intentions are. I feel like you're not clear with the Two of Swords here, and it's like I'm seeing like it's got you like twisted here. And I'm kind of getting like a gut feeling from that, like just like a bad feeling in your stomach of like, I hate this feeling. Like I hate feeling like I don't know. And it's kind of like a wound. It's like, I'm just like tired of feeling like, and it could even be like the sense of like, it makes me feel unworthy, or just makes me feel like I'm not appreciated, or I don't like get why this is the way people are showing up, essentially. So I think this is someone you're feeling unsure about. Like you might be like focused on them, trying to figure out who they are. Like if they are this Knight of Pentacles, are they this Page of Pentacles in reverse? But I feel like you're getting kind of, like I feel like there's this energy here of maybe just wanting to kind of be at the end of your cycle, or like I feel like you want to find a person that isn't in this pattern. And there's kind of this energy of like not like should I settle, but like maybe there is a part of you that's kind of like considering potentially just like giving it a chance anyways or something, because you're just like, I'm tired of like fighting for what I want, in a sense. But that's what I'm picking up on. So let's get you some advice now on this person, the situation. If this is resonating, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing are all ways that I'm better able to tune into your specific energy for future readings. And I appreciate the support for my channel. All right. So for your oracle cards, we have Intention in reverse. I think there's a garbage truck coming, but hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Okay, we have the Soulmates card here in reverse. Yeah, I'm really picking this up. I feel like you guys have been through situations where it's like, why do I keep going through, or there's an energy here of feeling confused and like lacking an understanding like of why certain situations are testing you or just being difficult. I feel like you guys are just ready for like the rainbow, or I'm hearing the light at the end of the tunnel. But you're still in this energy of being like confused and just like maybe even feeling like, based on the information you have, like it's not a clear decision you want to make, but you don't see any good path right now is what I would say. So we have the Land in Between. We have a Burst of Magic. We have a wonderful idea, the aha moment. And then we have Walking Away. Okay. So I feel like Spirit wants to validate for you that you're not crazy, like, or just like this energy of, we know, like your spirit team would say, we know that you're feeling confused, and we don't want you to make a decision right now when you aren't clear. Holding off and accepting with this Land in Between and then Intention in reverse. Spirit's saying like you would regret making a decision, or you're not really in a position right now. Sorry, let me just get this out. So it's like Spirit's saying, so long as you don't have this like clear epiphany of where you want to go, that means it's not time to make a decision yet. Because with a Burst of Magic and a wonderful idea, the aha moment, these cards almost mean the same thing. And so your spirit team is really coming through to tell you that just wait. You're gonna have like a divinely guided burst of like, I'm getting like an Ace of Swords energy where you just see things very clearly. And it's like from there, and I feel like this is gonna be kind of a frustrating message, because it's one of those things where until you have that epiphany, it's just like, what the heck? And I'm even seeing like a math problem, or like being in school when you just like are so frustrated working on a problem. Like that's where I feel like you're at in this like journey of relationships and the experiences you've gone through. It's like you're working at this problem on a test, and it's like you're just like at this point where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna get like a bad grade on this. Like I guess like I'm just gonna like turn it in. I don't know the answer. I don't want to sit here like, yeah, maybe I have 30 minutes left, but I'm just like fed up with trying to work this problem out, right? And I feel like Spirit's saying, keep going for like 15, like at the 15-minute mark from now, like in the test analogy, it's like, you're going to have an epiphany where you're going to get the right answer, and you're going to be very happy and successful that you kind of kept going in a sense. But I feel like not going in a way that's forceful or making a decision. It's almost just like allowing there to be more like receptivity. It's almost an energy of like where when you least expect it, like a certain, you're gonna hear something, you're gonna talk to someone, maybe even one of these readings. It's like I feel like you're going to have a divinely guided amount of information come to you that's gonna be the information you need to feel more clear about what your next step is in regards to this person. And I feel like with walking away though, I do feel like Spirit's saying that okay, so I'm getting this energy where it's like you may be feeling like there is a significance to these relationships you're having, because the soulmate in reverse card doesn't mean that these people aren't your soulmates, but it does mean that when it's in reverse, you're especially meant to question, like, instead of going, why did this person do this to me, or why is this happening to me? It's, what is this person teaching me? What am I learning through this? And so I feel like this is the mentality that's going to be most helpful for you. And I feel like the answer isn't going to be found literally with this person. I feel like there's something about the way that this person's energy is interacting with you and the events that are happening that are ushering you into a new phase of your life. And it's like you're very close to you're at the very close to the end of a cycle and then the beginning of a new chapter where you have a new sense of clarity and even like inspiration is what I'm getting. And it's really interesting because I like how in this walking away card there's like this little like firefly, and for me it's like representing this like burst of an idea. And so it might be that getting space from this situation, not looking for the answer, like not actively searching for it, but just staying receptive and going, when I'm supposed to know, I'm gonna know. And not getting frustrated, like, okay, if I don't have the answer yet, it doesn't mean that everything was meaningless. It doesn't mean that there's been no purpose thus far. It just means that the answer hasn't come yet. But when you get the answer, you're going to look back to this time period and go, okay, like I get what I was learning through that. I get why it happened that way. And it hasn't been for nothing. It hasn't been just like a waste of your time. And it isn't meant to be something that discourages you. It's just like a surrendering to this time period of maybe not knowing. And I see this little like structure up here, and Spirit's just saying you're very much in this energy of in between phases where you actually are leaving behind an old self, an old version of you. And I feel like you'll know that because you're not comfortable just going back to maybe this person or going back to like the energy of this person. I feel like the fact that you are confused is showing growth, right? Because I feel like if you weren't growing, you would still be so caught up in this like other path and maybe this person and just trying to make it work with them or something like that, questioning your worth from that. But I feel like the fact that you are rejecting in any capacity or you're questioning where to next or like what am I supposed to do just like shows growth, and it shows that that is a part of the growth process and that is progress. And so I feel like Spirit's just wanting to tell you that keep questioning, keep like it doesn't mean that you leave your path. Like your journey is your journey, and I feel like the lessons you learn from this person that you're thinking about is actually a part of the key to your new phase and to this burst of magic, this burst of inspiration. But I do feel like it may involve a journey because we have the land in between and walking away, and I'm just seeing like this gate, and in my mind it's like a path here. And so I feel like Spirit's saying if a part of you is wanting to create space from this person or to like go down a new path, I feel like Spirit's saying do that. But I also feel like waiting for this moment of inspiration, and it's like if your intuition tells you something, to not ignore it. And this card literally talks about like Thomas Edison having like the epiphany about electricity and like how that came just like so randomly. And it's like it wasn't like through logic. It was like he had like a literal epiphany and then he had the answer. So there's an energy here like that. And so Spirit just wants to give you advice and tell you that you're gonna have an epiphany like that. I can't tell you what the epiphany is, unfortunately. I wish I could. because it's you, and it's going to be unique to yourself. And I feel like this key is there, and it's like, it may not be that this relationship is what you're supposed to be in, but it may be that your experiences with this person and the fact you're chewing over this person's energy and like how it's making you feel, what it's making you think, I feel like is a key to this epiphany. All right, I'm going to pull some tarot now and see if Spirit has anything else. We are going to be doing an extended reading. I want to look at more specifically what you're supposed to take away from your dynamic with this person, like what you're learning. Like we can really outlay that to see if that kind of helps you feel more clear and about what direction to go in next. You know, we can even get guidance on what your spirit team is wanting you to realize. Maybe we can get some information on what this epiphany is. I'll try my best to pull that out. So I'll look at, so the first thing we'll look at is, what are you learning through this person? What next action is spirit, or what epiphany is spirit, what is your spirit team trying to get you to realize right now in the big picture for yourself? And then I'll also be going into what you need to know about this person, because I feel like if you're fixated on this person, there might be like a reason. So I just want to clarify anything that maybe you're confused about. I'll actually start with that. So what do you need to know about this person? What's most important that you understand about them, the person you're thinking about? And then those other things. So if you guys are interested in that, I will have it linked in the description box. Okay, so Spirit, can you clarify or accentuate anything that you want me to communicate with pile number 3 about guidance on this person and like why they're thinking about them? All right, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands. And we have the Devil in reverse. All right, I gotta get I'm just gonna use this for that. All right. Okay, I'm getting an energy here of, there's a message coming through where I feel like some of you may feel, because with the 7 of Wands in reverse, this is really sticking out to me. And again, this is coming through kind of as a theme of maybe questioning your worthiness, or like feeling like maybe you have to fit yourself into a version that appeases someone else, or maybe, maybe trying to, instead of maybe staying true to your own priorities and values, you may be focusing on what you think someone else wants you to be, in a sense. And I feel like this is leading to, with the 10 of Wands, I feel like it's like putting unnecessary burden on you. And I feel like you're expending a lot of energy, maybe feeling like it's your responsibility to, I don't even maybe pursue, like maybe some of you guys have felt like you have to earn love or chase love and then be what that person needs. And I feel like Spirit's saying like you might even be living your life in a way that doesn't really reflect your values. Because with the 3 of Cups in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, for me, this speaks to kind of maybe not being your best, not really honoring yourself, and maybe doing things in order to earn love, or feeling like maybe putting love even above your health, or not even just your health, but like your life, like your priorities, your worth. There's a sense here of like feeling like your worth might come from love or might come from a relationship. But then I feel like you end up feeling really burdened when you prioritize other people in a way that doesn't make you feel good, like just individually as a person. And And then if you don't get what you deserve from it, then you end up feeling disappointed, I think. Yeah, the three of swords here. And then with the devil in reverse, I feel like Spirit's saying it's like you're being encouraged to break this pattern, maybe of codependency, where and it doesn't have to be codependency, but it's an energy of, it is in a sense, because it's like sacrificing self and your sun energy, like your values and things that shouldn't be negotiated with, in order to secure love. And I feel like it is the devil's energy, because then you're giving something up that's important in order to receive something, right? And so I feel like you're on this journey of learning how to attract love that matches your energy, and you don't have to sacrifice anything for that. And yeah, okay, I just want to clarify. Can we clarify the Seven of Wands in reverse? Maybe even feeling like you have to compete for love. Seven of Wands, clarify, please. With the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there's this energy here of feeling like chasing love or something like that. Or I feel like you offer people so much, and then maybe when people don't even appreciate it or like reciprocate, like you may still, you may, instead of like maybe standing true to like your values and stating your value and like walking away from that, you might feel like you need to prove yourself or something like that. I hope that makes sense. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups? With the Nine of Swords. Can we clarify the Ten of Wands? The Eight of Swords, yeah. And I feel like there's this energy of feeling like you don't have any other choice. And I feel like there's this fear of, I feel like there's this energy of fear around not being chosen, or I don't know, just feeling like maybe you have to do this. So yeah, I want to unpack this a little bit more in the extended with looking at what you need to understand about this person you're thinking about. Like, what do you most need to know from your spirit team? Like, they want to tell you a message about this person. We're going to be looking at what lesson you're learning through this. And then we'll be looking at what your spirit team is wanting you to realize, like what they're most trying to tell you right now, that maybe it would be helpful to hear more overtly. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I'll take it into the extended. If it resonated, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing are all ways that support the channel, and I'm better able to connect with you through that. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope to connect with you again soon.